Hi sir, good morning. This is Jagdish Kumar with bearing ID number N151163. See you to class. In this video, I would like to explain one of the question in mid2 probability and statistics. Here the first question is, read the instruction 1, how it is different from mid2. Yes, I read. In mid1, you give the expressions like D letters, D letter, DD and triple D, 1D and 3D. Suppose my ID number is N151163, I use last digit 3 in place of D. If my ID number is N151163, I use last 2 digits in place of double D. In place of triple D, I use last my 3 digit numbers. In place of 1D, I use last digit in my ID number in place of 1 besides the 1. But in mid2, R is replaced with multiple or product of last 2 digit numbers of my ID number. Suppose my ID number is N151163. In place of R, I would like to product last 2 digits of my number, 6 into 3, that is equal to 18. This is the difference between instructions from mid1 to mid2. Coming to the next question is, given the function joint density function of x and y, f of xy is equal to r plus x into x square y with limits 0 less than y less than x less than 1, otherwise 0. In this, we are find the value of k, marginal probability density function of x and y, and covariance of x and y. In random variable concept, we have two random variables, discrete random variables and continuous random variables. In discrete random variables, we solve the problems probability mass function. In continuous random variable or single random variable, we solve the problems in probability density function. Our given function is f of x comma y is equal to r plus x into x square y limits 0 less than y less than x less than 1, otherwise 0. In this, we know that joint probability density function in which the function is non-zero, we have to find the joint probability density function. So that's why in the function joint probability density function, that function equal to 1, then it's non-zero. Then we solve the problem with take the limits, y limits are 0 to x limits are y to 1. Here we take the integrations. In place of r, I write my product of last 2 digit numbers of my ID number. So I put 18 here. Then I integrate separately. For separate constants I take and I do the integration like this with separate integration. Finally I get the k value 0.46. From when we get k value 0.46. We find the value k. Now we find the marginal probability density function of x and y. In marginal probability density function, we know that we want to find the fx of x integration with respect to y, a function of x comma y dy, fi of y integration with respect to x, f of x comma y dx. Here our f of xy function is 18.46 x square y. Now this is integrated with respect to y and we get the fx of x value 9.23 x square. In same way, fi of y, we integrate the equation of the function f of xy with respect to x. Then we get the value fi of y 16.15 y. Now the third one is covariance of x and y. We know that formula covariance of xy, expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. We know the formula covariance of xy, expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. We know the formula expectation of xy, double integration of xy, function of xy, dA dx. We know the limits of x and y. Expectation of x, integration of x, fx of x dx. We know the value of fx of x and we know the limits of x. E of y is equal to integration of y fi of y dy. We know the value of fi of y. Integration, we know the limits of y. I am not done third one. Sorry, sir. I know the formulas. I would like to explain this. Thank you, sir.